to 59th Avenue. Well, the immigration crisis at the border is heating up both nationally as well as right here in our own backyard.
And this as thousands of migrants continue to head to the border seeking asylum. And this morning, we are learning Arizona Congressman Tom O'Halloran is planning to travel to Honduras soon to learn why so many people from Central American countries are migrating north. The Arizona Democrat says he plans to speak with Honduran officials about what the U.S. can do to help.
Meantime, Yuma's mayor has signed an emergency proclamation about the border because of the high number of migrant families being released by Border Patrol.
It is overwhelming their shelter system, and Gibby Parra joins us live this morning with that part of the story. Gibby.
Yeah, ladies, listen to these numbers here. Already 30,000 have been apprehended in the last 6 months, and they now are on pace to do about 60,000 migrants that have been apprehended in the Yuma sector alone. Now, if you think about it, Yuma itself is right around 100,000 people year-round, so you can see the numbers could be staggering. Now, the Border Patrol there, they can only house about 410 migrants, and that's only a temporary holding. It's not even a detention center there. So there's a loophole there in our laws that say that if you are in a family, you are allowed to be here in the U.S. until it is time for you to go back to court to see if you can seek asylum. What does that mean? Well, those migrants are going to be walking around the streets of Yuma, so that's where the shelters and the food come in, and that's why the city mayor had declared the state of emergency, because he says, where are we going to feed them? How are we going to feed them? They no longer have the money, so he is asking for a FEMA-type response. You know, our very own Governor Doug Ducey spent some time with Arizona's family yesterday morning, and he was speaking along the same lines.
We've never seen these types of numbers at the border. Our nonprofits, our men and women in ICE and Customs and Border Patrol are at the breaking point. So we are calling on Congress to act on this crisis.
Yeah, so when you think about what Yuma has as far as transportation, as far as nonprofits trying to help out, we know that churches were trying to go in, it's just not enough. And with them just releasing another 130 migrants just yesterday, these numbers are going to continue to grow because they don't see any stop in these migrants coming across the border. And here's another number, ladies. They say about 85 to 90% of these migrants aren't from Mexico, but are coming from, as you mentioned in the previous story, from Central America.
Arizona Senator